Hello friends! Here is another video on human design. My name is Faith Storms. I'm a therapist, licensed social worker therapist with a special interest and passion in human design. And I wanted to share how an undefined root center operates. Okay, so again, pictures. So at the bottom, the root center is at the very bottom of your design. So if the box at the bottom, very bottom, is colored, you are a defined root center. If it is white or blank, you are undefined. And I am undefined in my root center. And I did some reviewing of this recently, and I was like, oh, this is so interesting. It's all interesting, but I wanted to share this with you. So, those of you who have an undefined root center, let me give you a little information about it. So, about 32% of people have an undefined root center. And the root center is about biologically, it's connected to adrenal glands. It has to do with pressure and adrenaline, stuff like that. So, if you have and this is interesting, the root is a motor. So, it's one of the motor centers in our system. However, it does not have a direct connection to the throat, so that it can't. The throat has to do with manifestation and making things like creation. The root is a very powerful motor source, and it doesn't have a direct connection. So if you look at the connectors, so with the root, it's connected to the solar plexus, the emotional center, is connected to the sacral center, it's connected to the spleen. It is not directly connected to the throat. So the energy from the root has to go through a different center to then get to the throat. So it's a two-part process as opposed to a direct connection. So, your sacral center has a direct connection to the throat. Your emotional center has a direct connection. Your heart has a direct connection. Your spleen has a direct connection. Our root does not. And the root it's a motor, and it's a very powerful motor, and it deals with issues like, let's see, stress and biochemical things. So people with an undefined root center, like myself, feel under pressure. We get conditioned and affected and run by the pressure, the defined root centers. So if you have a friend who has a defined root center and you have an open center, when you are around them, you are going to be conditioned by them. You're going to pick up that energy and kind of you're going to act it out, sort of, and you also may magnify it. So their routine and their pressure can become yours. That's not great. So we undefined root center people take in the energy, take in the stress from other people, take in the go, go, go. We're always under pressure. We always feel under pressure. This is so true. This is so true. And we do things fast. Undefined root people often do things very quickly because when we feel the pressure, we want to get rid of the pressure. Like, that's what we're trying to do. The problem is, as soon as we get rid of one pressure, there's another pressure because the pressure just keeps coming and coming and coming. There is no end to it. So just trying to discharge the pressure, that's not a good strategy. That's not going to work. Believe me, I did that for decades. I hurried and rushed and go, go, go and do. Not a good strategy. We need to learn to take in the energy and figure out what is really going to work for us. Now, some people kind of get hooked on the adrenaline, get hooked on that. That's not helpful. So, if we're an undefined root, the way we can be healthy is that we begin to recognize pressure for what it is, that it's coming from outside. So, if I'm feeling pushed about stuff, that's not my energy. That's not my pattern because I have an undefined root center. I don't have a set way of processing stress and pressure. We need to make our decisions from a place of stillness and peace, and we need to utilize our type, our strategy, and our inner authority. So I am a pure generator, which means my strategy is to respond, and I'm an emotionally defined generator, and I'm a triple split. All of that means is that for me to know what is correct for me is I need to listen to my gut, not the brain, not the pressure. I need to listen to my gut, my sacral center, and run it through my emotions over time. I need time to make correct decisions for myself. So anything that's like urgent, and an open root center, you're going to feel urgency, like, oh my gosh, hurry up, get this done, get this done. That's not that's not my inner authority. That is not the correct authority for you if you're an open root. If we listen to our strategy and our inner authority, we begin to recognize what a pace that works for us. And I think this is so fascinating because recently, I would say within the past year or so, I have been making a conscious effort to slow, to go slow, to slow down. And now today I've like reviewing this going, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I needed to do. I wasn't totally doing it on purpose, but I got to a point where I'm like, this rushing is not working. Like it's stressing me out, it's wearing me out, and I don't think it's working. Like I had that gut instinct, it wasn't really working. As I have slowed, I'm getting done what I need to get done. And I'm doing it with so much less anxiety and so much less pressure. Um, and and it's really cool. So again, if you are an open root person, you will be affected by the root energy of others. We need to realize, if we're feeling like push, 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 that's not us. Let that go. Get to your stillness. Go to your inner authority. That's how you make correct decisions for yourself. Even with like pacing. Like what's the right pace for you and how can you move forward? You need to move forward in a way that is in harmony with your design. All right. If you enjoyed this, if this was useful, let me know. Leave a comment, and I will see you on the next video.